in Gen Z and some of the other age groups, there is a declining interest, generally speaking, in organized religion. But in the church and in the church educational system, we're seeing the opposite. The trends are all upward.
People will hear a story about someone who's stopped going to church or is losing their faith, and then they'll hear this national data around Gen Z and they'll think, oh, everyone's leaving the church. But I think
a narrative develops.
Yeah, it does.
Everybody's leaving.
In fact, young people are flocking to their faith in our church at record levels. This year, we had the highest number of Institute students and the highest percentage ever in the history of the church. Even as Institute's growing, our campuses are growing. This fall, every single church university was up at record enrollment rates. BYU Idaho had the largest enrolled class ever in its history. So something is definitely happening in the hearts and minds of these young people.
We take too much credit for ourselves. Sometimes I think the Lord is working, the Spirit is working in this generation, and they feel it. For example, what did I hear the other day? Half the workers in the Rexburg, Idaho temple are students at BYU Idaho. And that's, it's just one indicator that shows you what's happening in their spiritual lives. But in the end, I believe they're turning to the Lord. Their faith is growing. They respond to the Spirit and to spiritual promptings. And it's a generation, I think, that's more and more attuned to the holy in life.
It wouldn't be accurate to say, even though the numbers are up and the enrollment's growing, that there aren't young adults and youth who struggle and who have faith questions. But what's amazing is how many find their way back to realize it is the church and a testimony on the church that they can anchor on. And, President Nelson said, the truth is it's much harder to find happiness where it doesn't exist. But when you yoke yourself to Jesus Christ, He and He alone does have the power to bring you to the joy you need in your life.
Try the path the Lord has outlined, and you'll find in due course that it works, that it really is the source of happiness.